Hello and welcome back to another one of my Sims 4 speed building videos, and it's been a slight while since the last video, and that's just because of the large amount of schoolwork that I've been getting. But I've been working on several builds. I just haven't had time to record the audio. I've been putting them together, but hopefully I'll be able to get out quite a few more going into the future. I still do have exams over the summer though, but hopefully I'll be able to balance my workload in between doing what I like this and doing what needs to be done in my exams. So currently you can see me building in Oasis Springs. I just thought this world looked quite nice for this section of the world. It was quite nice for the type of house that I wanted to build. It's Colonial, and it's styled off something. Actually, I'll tell you the name of the house. This build is called a White House. It has no connection to any real life location. I just called it a White House because it's white, and that's the only connection. And in actual fact, the suggestion for this build came from a friend who said that I should build something like a Lego project that I had done over Christmas. So I did that, and this is me building it now. So you can see it's a very parallel house, it's very grand, and that's why I thought it fit in this area of Oasis Springs, the sort of high wealth, very wealthy residential area. So you've got the land grab mansion just across the road, but as I said, it's very grand and colonial, and just trying to work with the curves around there at the back of the balcony, but I couldn't really, because curves in the Sims 4 are a bit weird. Here you can see me just putting on the roof, as you can see, black roof with white trims. This is a very white house with black roof and black basement, and also black windows. Now, trying to find windows for this build was very difficult because trying to find a style that looked similar and looked good in the recesses for the windows was actually quite difficult, because some windows were too high, some were too small, and some just didn't fit the style of the build. But eventually I found this set of windows which just had to do, because that's what happens in The Sims 4. Well, I think it worked out quite well, because when you're looking at the main build, the windows don't detract from the look on the outside, and on the inside the furniture is really the main piece that you look at. So I'm doing the floor plan here. It's a very open plan, the ground floor. You've got a dining room, a kitchen, a sort of indoor conservatory, which I really like the sort of notion or idea of, and love how it turned out, and also a living room. And in the living room I did something really unique with the furnishing, which you'll be able to see later. But here I am just furnishing the kitchen. Working with these recessed areas in between the windows was interesting, I'd say, because they're only one gap thick or wide, so it's very difficult to find something that goes in there. But I think I managed it quite well. I put like plates cabinets in there in the dining room, and as you can see in the kitchen I did likewise, and just extended the counters backwards. Now, halfway through building the kitchen, I switched the counters off screen because I got the Sims 4 cool kitchen stuff finally, and I thought that the counters looked quite good in there, so I switched them out. And just going around adding little colours and details into both of these rooms that I have just furnished. So in the kitchen I've got like a small yellow theme going around, and in the dining room I've got this very dark, rich wood theme with some of the really nice potted plants that came with Get Together, like the topiary and spheres. Doing the main hall here, got a grand theme because it's the main entrance to the house. Wanted something that was really impressive as the Sims walked in, so I've got this. I was thinking of doing one of the big rugs there, but it just took up too much space, even though it's quite a big room. I still wanted some of the floor tiles to show. Putting a table with a flower in the middle there, just to put something in the middle of the room to keep it looking from bland. I think it works quite well as like a nice entering centerpiece. Here's the living room. It's got like a mint wallpaper. I'm just putting bookcases around the outside to fill in these gaps, and especially in the corner here, which turns out to be a little book nook sort of thing. Putting a television bookcase in there, and then I found a grand piano, and it didn't really fit anywhere in the living room, so I decided to put it in this indoor conservatory area / plants room. And then I decided to move on and put the plants in here, and you can see why I thought that this room looks really nice. It's just a whole load of different plants and a collection of greenery and flowers. and it looks really nice with all the like bracketed plant pots around. Going back here, replacing all the like plates, cabinets that had disappeared for some reason, because messing with the wallpaper deleted them, as you can see I'm trying to avoid here. But here's the really unique furnishing that I did in the living room. I used a half wall there to make the back of a sofa, and then used some of the like square little seats that came with the Sims 4 Spa Day to make a sectional sofa like the ones you got in The Sims 3. And I think that was a really cool idea. Of course you can only do it on the perpendicular or diagonal, but it still works quite well, and it faces the TV relatively well also, and there are several other seats dotted across the room, which will be really good for conversation. Just putting in the small bathroom down here, making advantage of the cool posters that came with the Sims 4 cool kitchen stuff, and just putting lots of detail around the place. Going to the back of the house here, there's a study and a desk looking over the balcony and through the doors out to the balcony. In fact, that's the only way out there. The other two doors in the back of the house leads to the garden, which I'll finish later. But just wanting to get the grand theme in here again, I thought about maybe putting in armour or suits of armour. They didn't really feel fits the theme of the rest of the room. They seemed quite medieval compared to what I was going for, which was more colonial. So I decided to get rid of them and just put in statues like the one with a top hat on. I thought that was quite a fun thing, and maybe a Sim has put his top hat there whilst he's working from home and not going out. Dealing with the upstairs landing here, it's quite an ordeal trying to get the floorboards to look the same as the stairs, or look good with the stairs, and then match that with the wallpaper. I think I managed it quite well, using some of the really high lights from the Sims 4 Spa Day to light up the main well of the house, which the stairs go down. Did a bit of rearranging with the cupboards or the wall space in the upstairs floor, and then I'll move the cupboards again later, because I used some of the walk-in cupboards from the Sims4 Get Together, which I really love, and I wanted to make sure I got in every room. And it was at this point that the Sims 4 movie stuff came out, so I started using the carpets from there, and I really like the carpets and patterns and bright colours you get with this, so I decided that I'd make a room using just that. This isn't that room, this is the master bedroom, or what I intend to be the master bedroom, as it has the ensuite bathroom and two walk-in cupboards. I'm just going around adding like nice lavish furnishings, all the things you'd expect in the master bedroom, like a fireplace and a TV. I don't know if you'd expect a fireplace in the master bedroom, but I thought it worked quite well in the house with this like stature. Really love that table I put in from movie stuff with a very reflective surface, and then more mirrors in here to go next to the walk-in wardrobe, so it's an area where you can plan your clothes and stuff. This was a cool little feature I decided to add into one of the bedrooms. It's just a built-in fish tank with windows that you can look into. You can look through the fish tank into another room. Here's the room that I furnished with all, or rather mostly, movie stuff and furnishings. So using some of the books and carpets on the floor, and some cool tapestries and furnishings on the walls. And it's really cool if you read some of the descriptions of the movie stuff, because it recounts the story of some fictional characters in what I guess may be a soap opera or something in The Sims. And they go to all sorts of places that you know throughout The Sims, such as Pleasant View and Isla Paradiso from The Sims 3, what was it called? Island Paradise, The Sims 3 Island Paradise. That was a good expansion pack, I loved that. Anyway, going in here to furnishing a guest room, using the really nice sort of Vincent van Gogh Starry Night bed cover there, which I really like, and I found that putting in the beds and then doing the wallpaper and other furnishing actually works, because then you can fit the rest of the room around the bed, as the bed is more of a limited furnishing style, if you understand what I mean, because the selection of beds in The Sims 4 is fairly awful, I'd have to say. So if you furnish around them, you can make the room look much more coherent. Just furnishing the upstairs landing here, putting in another book nook and a place to sit outside of the exit to the main balcony. Nothing really much up there apart from 3 chairs, but I'm moving on to furnishing the outdoors here. Here's a swimming pool right in the middle, lots of furnishing around the bottom, just because it's lavish and goes with the rest of the house, and then just putting in some plant pot areas around the side with some very lush green ferns and all the things that you'd expect, just bordered behind a little black picket fence. And then after I do that, I just move around to the front to get a little bit of landscaping done around here. Put some rocks around the middle entrance to the thing, and a fountain out of the front, so you walk into the house around either side. You can make the choice, and just put some flowers in here. And then I think that's the end of the furnishing, and we move on to the screenshots. After I put these small fountains in at the back, just because I felt the house needed a few more fountains, given its sort of grandiose stature. So here you can see a white house. As I said, it's not based off anything, it's not meant to be anything in real life per se. I just think it works really well. I've got the green luscious garden and sort of oasis, you could almost call it, bordered by this white wall, and outside's the harsh desert landscape. And that contrast works really well, and the luxurious interior also fits quite well with the sort of oasis theme of this entire lot. So you can see, just going through pictures of the downstairs, here's the study, and then a view out of the study onto the balcony. As you can see, here's the living room with the sectional sofa that I really love, and a few other activities around the place like a chessboard. Here's the conservatory. I think I took quite a few photos of this room because I love it. Oh, no, I didn't. I managed to resist my love and adoration for this room. But do check it out if you download this house, because I absolutely love that room. And it's a really unique idea that I haven't seen done very much or at all, so I love it. Here are the upstairs bathrooms, there's the master ensuite, and here is the master bedroom itself. Once again, you can see I'm using the like spherical topiaries that came with the Sims4 Get Together. Just here are the other bedrooms in the rest of the house, and then after these shots, I think we'll just move on to a couple of floor plans of the house, and then that will be the end of the video. Yes, here they are. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully these house builds will resume lots more in the future, but thank you for watching, and I want to say goodbye.